welcome to the channel. Justin Thomas Ryan, thanks for tuning in. Today we are talking 360 cameras, and particularly the Insta360 One X. So what can you get with a tiny little camera like this? Well, I actually purchased this for real estate to do 360 photography. And as you know, if you've checked out my channel, I do a lot of action sports stuff. And so I've started to look at this for, look to use this for more than just real estate, whether it's on mountain stuff, time lapses, hyper lapses. And it's pretty impressive what you can do with this tiny little camera. I mean, just look how small that is. I'm going to show you some test footage. We're going to go over some pros and cons. And is this camera worth picking up at the end of 2019 and into 2020? We'll take a look at this and compare some of the specs to some other cameras, and we'll go from there. Here we go. When I first picked up this camera, one of the problems I was having is how do I actually work with this footage? If you're like me, you're using Adobe Premiere. I also use Resolve as well, DaVinci Resolve from Blackmagic. There is a GoPro extension for Adobe Premiere Pro. I believe it's called the GoPro 360 VR plugin. You're going to want to have that in Premiere, and with that it'll allow you to actually bring in your 360 footage. By putting that filter on there, you can recompose, zoom in, zoom out, and do a lot of different effects that you would normally have to do in-app and export. So that takes out one of the steps into having to deal with this footage. Okay, so you got your Insta360 camera. You're going to need some type of support. One thing you really want to pick up, if you don't pick up the Insta monopod, there is a great option online. This one's actually branded as Mambly. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but I actually had this exact one under the branding Knock Knock, and I lost that on a recent trip to the East Coast, so I had to pick up another one. You can pick these up for about 40 bucks. There's two key things you want to do if you are going to be doing hyperlapses, time lapses, where you're going to be in frame. You really want to take this top piece off here. This thing is a little wide and it will show up in your shot. By taking this off, you're going to be able to get just the hand at the bottom of it in frame. Now when you take this off, you'll notice you can thread this all the way out. Now the beauty of that is you can flip this and put the 3/8 in, I believe it is, sticking out. And you can actually put a tripod head on there. I have a Manfrotto 701 head on there, on the camera that I'm shooting with, and that can be put on here. So you can get some different uses out of this. But when you're using it for the Insta360, we're going to want to go ahead and take off that wider circular piece at the top, because that will get in your shots. Obviously, you're going to want to take off the feet on this too. Now, the beauty of having this one with the feet is if you are doing lockdown shots where you're doing a time lapse, or you're doing remote shots, say for real estate, you can have this all locked down, set up in the room, and use the app to trigger your photos, your video, or whatever remotely with you out of frame. Okay, at $400, should you pick this camera up into 2019, into 2020? I would say absolutely. I would picture the prices are going to be coming down, but at the price of the new GoPro, $400, to me, it's a no-brainer. Now you can actually use this camera now with the Matterport software, so if you are doing virtual tours, that's a huge plus for you. If you're on the mountain and trying to get some action sports shots where you can put this camera in some places that are hard to get other cameras and recompose, it's great for that. There's lots of different uses for it. It's a pretty good quality build. I would say the cons are going to be short battery life. The app absolutely eats your phone battery alive, and you really need to be protective of these two lenses here. There's nothing that's going to keep a bezel or anything like that around the lens and keep it from getting damaged. Now, they do have a replacement plan. I believe it's $100 per lens to get fixed, which is great, especially when you consider the GoPro 8. They won't replace the screen anymore. They're telling you it's cheaper to outright buy the camera. By screen, actually I mean the lens protector on the front. Now that's embedded into the body. So having the ability to at least repair your camera at a reasonable price, good option. I would say definitely pick this guy up. Look for the price drops right around Black Friday and holidays. I'm sure it's going to be coming down. I paid $3.99 for this. Stock up on extra batteries. You're going to need extra batteries because this thing does eat batteries, as well as that app. You're going to eat your phone battery alive if you're using the app while you're shooting. So maybe you have a battery brick for that. On top of that, you want to pick up a monopod, maybe a little semi-hard shell case. I'm going to be reviewing one of those that I just ordered. That should be in the mail any day. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on. I plan on doing more tech reviews like this on camera gear and action sports gear. So if this is something you like, leave a comment in the section below. And thanks so much for watching.